US announced new sanctions on Iran on Monday, August 24, 2026. The US Treasury Secretary announced new sanctions on Iran on Monday, August 24, 2026. Then the text blocks. The US Treasury Secretary announced new sanctions on Iran on Monday, August 24, 2026. Then, the US Treasury Secretary Scott Bessent announced new sanctions on Monday, describing them as an economic D-Day. The US Treasury Secretary announced new sanctions on Iran on Monday. The sanctions target Iran's oil and gas industry, aviation, digital assets, gold, technology, shipping sectors, and 60 individuals and vessels. Iran's Economy Minister Ali Madani-Zadeh responded to the US announcement, saying, "You will fail this time, too." Iran's Economy Minister Ali Madani-Zadeh predicted another defeat for the US and stated Iran had a 2-year plan to counter the sanctions. US Treasury Secretary Scott Bessent said the sanctions aim to sever every economic lifeline sustaining Iran. Bessent stated that entities facilitating money laundering for Iran would be removed from the US dollar system. Pakistan's Army Chief Asim Munir met with Iranian President Masoud Pezeshkian in Tehran on Monday. Iran vowed to retaliate against countries that cooperate with the US sanctions. The UAE, Iran's single biggest trading partner, announced ending all trade with Iran. The rial was trading at $1.992 million per dollar on the unregulated market on Monday. Treasury Secretary Scott Bessent called the sanctions an economic D-Day and stated the objective is to sever every economic lifeline. The Treasury Department said the sanctions target a network of brokers, companies, and shadow fleet vessels in the UAE, Hong Kong, China, and other regions. Bessent said the US is giving countries time to change their behavior before imposing secondary sanctions. China is Iran's biggest oil customer, and Bessent criticized China for historically buying about 90% of Iran's oil. Iran's security chief, Mohsen Rizvi, warned of earthquake-like retaliation if countries join the US sanctions. Whether the sanctions will effectively isolate Iran. This is 18 blocks. Whether the sanctions will effectively isolate Iran.